everybody, I'm Eric the Counselor.
And I'm Des Perry.
This is a lifestyle show
About improving your mental health.
You ready?
Let's experience mental health.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of Experience Mental Health, the podcast. I am your host, one of the hosts, Eric the Counselor.
And I'm your co-host, Des Perry. What's happening, Eric? We in the same room now.
We are. I don't think we're going to, if we get in the room and do this again,
Yeah.
it's not going to be like this.
Yeah.
This is kind of like we had to do something right here, right now.
Yeah.
And this is what we got.
Yeah.
So this is what we're giving y'all
But
today.
I will say, look, it's been a minute since we've been in the same room recording the episode, you know what I'm saying?
It
But,
has been a minute.
you know, I think it's pretty good. You know, the times is getting to a point where we're like opening back up and getting back to being outside and being amongst each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People getting vaccinated, people moving around without no mask on. There's a
Both
whole
of
bunch
us.
going on out here.
So we want to thank you guys for being here with us again, all of our YouTube subscribers. We see the numbers going up, man. We really
Yeah.
appreciate you guys
Yeah.
joining us. That lets us know that you want this content. So we're going to keep bringing it. So all of our YouTube followers and subscribers, thank you. If you're watching for the first time, go ahead and subscribe right now and click the notification link so that you will make sure to get all of these episodes. And we got some other things that we do. But if this is your introduction to us, we want to welcome you. To everybody else, thank you for coming back again.
Most
Our
definitely.
listeners on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, all the places you can find the show. We really appreciate you guys listening and being a part of the tribe.
Yeah.
Our
most
EMH
definitely.
Now family on Instagram.
Most
We love y'all,
definitely.
all that. So now it's time for the new show.
All right. Well, look, without
What we got
further
today?
ado, man, I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm excited about this show. I got a good friend of mine, somebody that I've been working with that does a lot of things within the community. I mean, I guess we could say he's a local celebrity. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? Somebody that's
Definitely a
well
local
known
celebrity.
out in the community. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's a personality on a hit radio station here and one on the beat, you know what I'm saying? Influencer on social media, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think, what else this brother do? You know, he got his own clothing line out here, you know what I'm saying? Just overall well guy, man. We got my brother Joe Major on the show today. What's
Big
going
dog.
on, Joe?
What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing?
Man, we're doing good, man. Well, look, first of all, I want to thank you for being on the show and coming on and chatting with us about mental health, because, you know, mental health is like an important topic as of lately. And
That's right.
everybody is dealing with it differently. And, you know, and I think that I always thought it would be a good idea to have you come on and tell us how, you know, how important mental health is to you. Like when you think about mental health, what comes to mind?
Yeah, what comes to your mind?
Oh man, generations of Black people comes to mind. Because it's so important in our community. And again, like y'all said, the conversation has come up a lot lately. And not just the conversations, the actions from the conversation. So mental health is something that is often overlooked in our community. But again, a light is being shed on it now. And it just, you know, like you said earlier, it's just becoming increasingly popular within our community, which is, you know what I'm saying, is one of the good things to come within the last 5 years, come out of the last 5 years. So yeah.
Definitely.
So this is, you know, Des, we invited you to the show for a specific reason, for you to share your actual experience, which that's the whole premise of what we do.
Right. Of the show.
Experience mental health. The premise behind that is we teach others and help others learn how to deal with life circumstances by hearing other people's experiences. And so Des was telling me that you had an injury. We want you to tell us about that injury and kind of get into how it's been for you and how much you've had to change what you do based on your injury, and tell us about how it's affected you psychologically.
Okay. Well, if I hadn't said it already, I'll say it for the first time. Thanks for having me on the show. I recently was involved in a hit and run on a moped about a few months ago, real serious. It was a 9 out of 10, which, you know what I'm saying, 10, I'm going to go ahead and assume with a bit of amputation.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I've, you know, had a few surgeries and I've just been in recovery mode since then, and physically and mentally, because I am a very extroverted person. I do like to be out amongst the people, just have fun. It's a part of my job, but just who I am, you know? And one of the first things I thought about was like, will I ever really be at a point where I can get on a moped again? You know what I'm saying? Without that fear. I mean, because you have to think about how it happened. It was a hit and run. You know, it wasn't like I was on, the moped doing tricks, which you really can't do. It wasn't like I was being silly, nothing like that. I was making a left turn and somebody was going, I guess, a little bit fast or whatever. I don't know what the reasoning was. I try not to even think about that aspect of it, to even speak on the mental part for a split second. But, I just, it's one of those things you like, man, this could have literally happened to anybody and it happened to me. And so with that being said, that there is a certain psychology, I feel like, that goes with being able to get back there from this type of state. And where I'm at now is like, 25% of, well, I was 25%. I'm about at 40% of, the person that I was out. Like I've been restricted. I've not had to move. When I say be still, like the only time I was on, doctor's orders, only get up to use the restroom and, only to get up to, that was basically it at first, when I first got home, because I had the rods in my leg. And so that wasn't even like, the first surgery wasn't even like a recovery surgery. That was just to stabilize the bone. And so there's a process behind that. Like knowing that you spending a month, on drugs at your home, not on illegal drugs, at home, at just not even like a few weeks prior to, you was, the actual moped accident, I was on my way to a meeting about a short film with a director.
Dang.
So here I am being, productive and stuff like that. And then all of that stuff has changed. I gotta go from that to just like sitting down at the mercy of everybody. And that has taken a toll on me.
So when that happened, like, like kind of like tell us a little bit about like what was your initial reactions to realizing, the future of, what you're going to be doing. So, okay, you broke your leg, like mentally, like tell us how you were feeling mentally in the very beginning. Like, what was your mind?
Man, it was a lot of hurt. And it was because, not even because like the pain was something I learned how to deal with, through meds and, just breathing and, things of that nature. But it was like, geez, Louise, man, I'm not like going to be able to do the things I was just doing.
Right.
Like just doing, not, oh, I took a break and no, I was just doing this stuff. So I was like hurt around that reason. I'm like, everything that I got going on is basically on pause. But I want to tell you something that's kind of helped me through this process. Okay. And I know you'll probably get to this, but it directly ties into what I'm telling you right now, is the fact that my support system has been a tremendous part of the positive aspect of my mental health.
Yeah.
If it were not for the people, including yourself, if it were not for the people that, in my network and my closest friends just supporting in various amounts of ways, and the other people, I don't know if I'll be sitting here talking to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the contemplation of suicide is real when you're in these positions.
Yeah.
The contemplation of just letting go. It's so easy to just not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's so easy to just not eat right, not take your meds, just even like, when they took the rods out of my leg or whatever, they're like, all right, slowly but surely start, becoming more mobile in your right leg. So you just sit here all day, like, for what?
Right.
So far from dancing in the snow again.
Man.
I'm so far from
man.
cutting loose in the rain or and music hip. I'm so far from that.
Hey, you gonna dance for Lil Saint again. You gonna dance for Lil Saint again.
Right. I might as well just quit. But if it wasn't for moments where, like, literally in my most darkest times, people just, that I gave permission to, of course, people just pulling up and just talking to me and not about my leg. That was one of the most annoying things having to deal with. Just that constant question, because like some people are genuine, others are not. People just like to be nosy. And, you have to protect yourself from that. But it's kind of hard to kind of tell the difference in that sometimes. but my friends and my support system, my network, the people that I really allowed to be in my space in those first few months helped me out. It helped me to get through that hurt. And then I saw professional help on top of that, because it's just one of those things that you can't avoid. Like I feel like I couldn't avoid. So yeah.
Yeah, man, it sounds like this obviously was a traumatic experience for you.
Mhm.
It was traumatic. And one of the symptoms of a person who's been traumatized is they will have recurring thoughts of what happened. Is that
Mm.
something that you've had to deal with? Like, have you had visions of being hit by this car on the moped?
And yes. It's almost like a movie, so to speak. And I'm just like,
Mm.
man, is it my imagination running wild? Or is this what happens when you go through something like this? Because again, you see this in movies. You see the traumatic just flash
Yeah.
through your head. Oh, snap, But it's like that. Like it really is like you be minding your own business and all of a sudden, boom, you know what I'm saying? Like, geez, like what did I do? Like, I'm just,
Mhm.
feeling. And I mean, not even because I've since visited where I got hit. The first time it was like nothingness, but the second time, it was a little bit there,
Oh, wow.
So it's just
I mean, if you don't mind, just share that experience. Like, okay, you going like, what was you feeling just revisiting the location on that second visit?
it was just like, I guess it's kind of more shock, not necessarily hurt. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing like, oh my God, I'm scared of this, but it was just like, geez, like this happened here.
Yeah.
I guess it's like coming full circle. And I still, I guess, haven't felt, I guess, the full force of maybe what it is to feel, because I haven't gotten out over
Mhm.
there. Like it's only been like me driving past.
Right.
So I
right.
feel like there may be a more heavier feeling that might be tied into actually standing right there on that same spot. Or it may not be, but I'm not beyond walking towards that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, because that's just what this whole process has been. It's been walking towards your fears and walking towards uncertainty. Like, I got this. You know what I'm saying? I can do this. I can get through this. So yeah.
So,
Definitely.
Joe, I want to ask you.
Mhm.
Well, first I'll say I want to encourage you when you can be mobile again to go
Mhm.
by the spot, because the
Mhm.
more you visit that spot, the more you will realize it's actually therapeutic for you, and it
Mhm.
steps towards healing, because
Mhm.
you'll create new experiences each time you go to kind of help replace the experience that led you there, to getting hit.
Mhm.
So the more you go, the more you'll be able to overcome that fear, and you'll notice yourself. It'll be easier for you to go. But I want to encourage you to go by there, when the time is right, and go as often as you please, because it will be a part of your road to recovery. Now, you were talking about thoughts of uncertainty and thoughts of suicide.
Mhm.
A lot of people are struggling with that without even having to go
Yeah.
through what you've gone through. But I'm wondering, and I'm asking this for the listeners, for the people who have gone through this, how you don't have to tell us the thoughts, but if you want to, you can get as detailed as possible. But the question I want to know is, how did you counter those thoughts? How are you able to overcome those thoughts of uncertainty, or even really, let's just break it down to the thoughts of suicide?
Yeah.
Knowing those of suicide, I was able to combat, and still am able to combat by knowing that it's not over. Because if it was over in that sense, then it could have very well been a scenario where my life was taken that day. It was at 2:30 in the afternoon in downtown. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like that could have went way worse than it did. And so that combats thoughts of suicide. Um, and then as far as anything else, any type of negative thoughts, um, I kind of allow myself to kind of live in that space for a while to see if it's something I need to work through first. And if it's something that is just like if it weighs too much on me, then I'll immediately go again into a practice of happier thoughts and happier times.
Yeah.
So
This is,
it's always like combating that with the opposite end of the spectrum. And that's something that I started practicing prior to this incident, but
Mhm.
it's been put to the test throughout this experience.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Are
So
you seeing a therapist, a counselor for any of this? Because it sounds like
yeah, like I said
coping
earlier,
skills
I'm
that you would
seeking
learn.
professional help.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
dope.
yeah, and that was something I knew early on, because
Yeah.
once again, like I was telling Des earlier, once I had the thought of, I don't know if I'm able to get back on the moped, that's when I was like, all right, I need to seek help because I don't want it to be a thing because again, how it happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I was being silly, it'd probably be easy for me to get back there because I'm like, all right, Joe, stop being silly on a motorcycle. I'm on the moped, you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah. But it wasn't that.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is some layers. This ain't just some conversation you can talk about with your friends and you'll be all right on the other end. Like you need to go get help. And that's one of the things that I did and I'm currently doing now. And I definitely am grateful for my doctor and in our conversations thus far.
Dope. Well, definitely. Okay, so tell us a little bit about like your healing process now. Like, where are you at currently? You know, as far as like healing.
You mean like physically healing?
Like physically healing? Yeah.
Physically healing. Okay, physically. Lord,
Fiscally.
Physically.
Like
physically. Every fiscal year, I become better. No. But I am I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And then to tie that back into the mental aspect of it, that even answering that question and answering it with positivity instead of like, I mean, I'm doing all right. It's slow. Like all of those things play a part. You know what I'm saying? And so just trying to kind of removing those types of words. And when somebody asks me like, where am I at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I have a long way to go, but I've came a long way, even in a short amount of time. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm able to move, you know, my right leg pretty much when I want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm bending at a 90-degree angle. That sounds weird to say out loud because when you bend, you don't think about the angles in which your leg, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But you think about that now. And I mean, I was at, you know, when I first started bending, I was barely bending at 20-degree angle. Ooh. So to get me back almost in just that motion, it's just something to be proud of, but also something to use as a motivational tool to go ahead and get there. Because like you said, I want to be dancing. I told my physical therapist.
Come on now.
It was like, what's your goal? I was like, I want to dance. Shit. Like I said, just like that. I want to fucking dance again, man. Like this shit make me happy. And I don't want to be typecast as a cripple in all the movies I'm going to be in. Yeah. Like, and I don't want to be, he the best handicapped actor ever. No, nothing against the permanent handicapped community. But, you know, I want to go for some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, that those are my goals. I'm going to get there. It'll take me a little minute, but, you know, but so that's to answer the question simply, I'm in a really good space right now. I have a tangible goal. By July 22nd, I want to be at a certain point. Just pray that I get there. I don't want to say out loud specifically what it is.
I got you.
I just, you know what I'm saying? I want to keep it to myself, but just pray I get there by, you know what I'm saying, by July 22nd. So yeah.
Look, we're praying for you. Listen, bro, we're glad you came on. We wanted to just have a quick conversation with you and get as much of your story as possible. I want to ask one final question before we get out of here. And it's for you to kind of be retrospective. I want you to think about how long has it been since you had the accident?
February 25th.
So February 25th, about 4 months ago, somewhere around there. I want you to think about thinking back over those 4 months and bringing yourself back to today. What have you learned? What have you found reason? Because sometimes when the worst things happen to us, we ask ourselves, why is this happening to me?
Yeah.
And so I always encourage people, instead of asking, why is this happening? You can ask yourself, what am I supposed to get from this experience? And so if you think about this experience that you've been going through for the past several months, what can you take from it? What can you share with the listeners as something that you've learned?
Now you sound like my doctor.
Sound like a doctor.
Right.
It's for now. And I know there's other, you know, maybe sub lessons or bigger lessons to learn. But for now, it's been patience. And just patience and just like letting stuff come to you sometimes and allowing things to kind of manifest without, you know, rushing through some stuff. Like just give yourself just time to let things kind of flow through you and as they will come instead of just trying to force everything because you're trying to reach certain goals or you want to be this type of successful and stuff like that. And so we get so caught up in accomplishing and getting there. We just kind of forget to just breathe. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a part of your growth, of your process. It's just simply just like breathing, especially if you put in the work. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure everybody on this cast right now is putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's listening, those people that's listening, some people's listening are putting in the work. And so I even want to remind y'all just to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you ain't doing nothing, then you take shorter breaths. But if you got some stuff going on, you seem overwhelmed, just take a minute to breathe. Do not get down and out on yourself about just taking a second to breathe, to rest, not sleep. You get 8 hours of sleep and still be tired.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Get your rest and breathe. It is important for growth and clarity. I'm not some spiritual guru. I ain't saying I'm gonna come out of this wearing free-flowing dashikis or anything like that. Because I was already wearing that.
Right. I was about to
What's
say,
wrong with
I was
dashiki?
saying.
I like dashiki.
So
I
don't
got a
think-
couple myself. Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, I really want to remind people, if we're talking about the lessons that have been emphasized throughout this process thus far, we're talking about patience and just being still. Being the fuck still.
Yeah. Patience
No
and
matter
being
how
the fuck
much-
still.
Yeah.
Be the
Put that on
fuck
the
still.
shirt.
Being
That's
the
the-
fuck still. That sounds like a shirt. We
Yeah.
should get that.
Be the fuck still. You know what I'm saying?
Hey
So,
man,
yeah.
listen. I know for sure that I have a client who's had an injury, and they're struggling with the patience part, and I'm sure they're going to be able to or find joy in hearing that relatable, experience, because they're really struggling with. I'm supposed to be better by now,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it's playing on their psychology. So I really appreciate you sharing that
definitely.
part, man, and really appreciate you being
Yeah,
here with us
I was about to
today.
say the same thing. Appreciate you, Joe, for coming on the show and chatting with us a little bit. So for the ones that don't know, go ahead and drop your social media tag so people can follow you and keep up with you and your
laugh
move.
with you.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna get to that, but I rhyme.
He know what the deal.
Yeah,
He know the
he
deal. He like, I
Since
do
we
this.
on the
I
subject,
do
I'm
this.
gonna go ahead and zoom in on this comfort
Comfort
style.
Come on now. I ain't even got one of them yet.
Newly dropped. Nah, you
Okay.
ain't got one of these yet. You ain't got one of these
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on. You don't mind my hat, but it got the
Oh
little
man.
thing.
Oh, he's stunting
Hold on,
today.
what does that say
Okay.
in there? What
Joey
does
the
it say on
Bear.
the inside?
Was it Joey the Bears?
Joey the Bear.
The
You know what I'm saying? Translates to Kuma no Joey in Japanese, but Joey the Bear. Comfort style, my line.
Okay.
Gonna drop some new items soon. Actually, you get the trucker hats right now. All you gotta do is cash at me, and I'll send you one.
Say less.
Got limited stock, but no. Aside from that, drunk couples, we are fighting to finish this last section. Wrap this last section up. But we're gonna do it. I'm in a position finally now to start back recording. So big shout out to Dez for doing his part.
Oh, so.
And
That's what he
and
does.
Alicia
That's
too.
his thing.
You know,
Yeah.
so big shout out to Alicia, because it had not been for her, Dez might be fine. No, just playing.
Really, it's a
so-
big, really, it's a big
yeah,
shout out
you
to
know.
me, but I don't nobody know.
This
Nah,
man
just
shut up.
Oh, snap.
I always throw that in there. Just
Oh snap. Okay.
messing with you.
I mean, I'm on the radio 101.1 each and every Saturday 2 to 6 p.m. You can listen on your free iHeartRadio app. Tune in Central Standard Time. You can hear me anywhere all over the country. I think the world, but
Yeah, come on, the world. It's
doing
worldwide.
that.
Worldwide.
Doing that. And then, I'm saying I'm an up and coming actor. So watch
Yeah.
out for some of my shorts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once I get a little bit more healed, I'm getting back into that. But if you got any roles out there for a dude on crutches, then I can do that too. You know what I'm saying? I could definitely get into
Legit, but you're running out of time for that. You got to get that in quick.
Right.
that. Yeah.
He's gonna be doing some
Yeah, I
method
am.
acting. He gonna do the
And I
method.
like
See, he
that.
already experienced it, so he
Yeah.
gonna
He already
play back
experienced
what
it,
he
yeah.
been through.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me get it going.
Got real life
a little
experience.
handicap role. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, I need you to do a broken arm. Can I do a leg instead?
It's just
I
a
can do a better
leg.
leg.
I could do
I
a
got that
perfect
down.
broken leg.
I can do leg, but no. But yeah.
man.
But for everything else, if you want to stay updated on what I got going on, just shoot me a text at 615-903-5668. That's my direct, VIP message
Okay.
line. So go ahead and shoot me a text on that. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's it.
I think-
Okay.
You want to say that number again, just in case they didn't get it the first time?
Right.
Yeah. I was
I was
let
gonna
me
put it
say
in the
that number.
Oh, you gonna put it in the?
the description down below.
Yeah.
He gonna get you right.
That text to subscribe line is 615-903-5568. That's how you
Alright.
stay up. Everything I got going on when I do new drops,
Yeah.
new episodes of Drunk Couples. If we got an episode and we're trying to figure out how we want to cut it, which way we should go, you probably gonna get it in your text blast.
Exactly.
To, you know what I'm saying? You get all the exclusive.
Come on now.
So
And there's
again,
so many episodes. We going into season 3. Go back and watch them old. Look, now I'm cross promoting.
Yeah.
I'm on here
Yeah.
promoting.
Why not?
See, yeah. Go back.
Why not?
We got 2 sessions up right now. So drunkcouples.com, drunkcouples.com. You want to stay up to date, 615-903-5568. All right.
Most definitely. Well, once again, Joe, appreciate you
Big
for
time.
being on the show, chatting with
No
us
worries.
and all that good stuff. So again, I guess we can drop our social media tags. If you
Go ahead.
want to stay up to date with
For
us and what
sure.
we got going on with the podcast, make sure you hit us up on Facebook and Instagram, and as well as Twitter at EMH Now. You can check out, past episodes, anything that we got. We got an event coming up.
We do.
Yeah.
We got the Inner Me retreat. We got
Yes.
the Inner Me retreat where it's a 48-hour mental health retreat where we're going to be helping individuals start to live from the inside out.
Yes.
So follow us. We got if you want more information about it, go to our Instagram page. There's a link where you can just give us some information and we'll get it to you.
Yep, definitely. So we got some stuff. We
We're
got some
doing what
stuff
we can-
coming up, man.
We're doing what we do. So
Definitely.
look, again, thanks, Joe, for being with us. Thank you for
Thank y'all for
watching.
having me.
Thank all of y'all for listening. We really appreciate you guys. You guys can follow me. You stopped putting my Instagram handle on the video.
Did I?
You did. You need to
Dang.
put Eric the Counselor.
Do I still put mine on
Right.
there?
Why would you do that? You don't put it on there at all.
I thought I did put it on there.
No, I didn't see it.
There's no like
All right.
promoting.
I'm gonna get it together.
So Eric the Counselor, if you need a counselor or something like a mental health coach, I might be the person for you.
Yeah.
But if Des doesn't have anything left, you got anything
Nah,
left?
you already know I ain't got nothing.
That's all we got for you guys today. But whatever you do, wherever you are, make it a great day.
Hey guys, if you really enjoyed that episode, make sure that you like and comment, as well as subscribe to the Experience Mental Health Podcast, because this is the #1 mental health podcast in the nation.